This is Jimmy Burns from Malvern, Ohio, and you're listening to BBQ Central.
Start the game! Let's go!
We'll do it live. Okay. Well, do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
So to get that perfect barbecue, you use wood. Are you sure it's safe? Whatever. We put the lighter fluid on, strike the match, and... Oh! Should we call the fire department? That might be a good idea.
Good evening and welcome to the Really Big Barbecue Central Show. This is the show that talks about all things that are important in the world of barbecue and grilling. The show, of course, originating from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city, Bomb City, USA, Cleveland, Ohio, the barbecue capital of the North Coast. I'm your program host, Greg Rempe. Happy to have you aboard here on your Tuesday evenings, a live fire, fun, and frivolity show. If you'd like to get in contact with the show this evening, or you would like to follow the show during off-show hours, here's how you do it.
You can get in touch with the show by sending an email to Greg at bbqcentralshow.com. Follow us on all the social media channels at BBQ Central Show. And be sure to subscribe to the show podcast feed on your favorite podcast platform.
Anything else you want to find out about the show can be found at the main website, thebbqcentralshow.com. And here's what's happening in case you get the newsletter coming up in about 12 minutes from now. A first-time guest to the show, somebody who actually wrote in and pitched so well, was so compelling. Right away, I said, we have to have this person on. We have to expose this product to the masses. If it makes sense to you, all the better. If it doesn't make sense to you, then nothing ventured, nothing gained. The co-founder of a company called iBBQ, which can be found at the website ibbq.com. They are Korean barbecue tables at home. Kareem Pirani. By the way, very small connection. Kareem, as we were sound checking, is from San Diego. When anybody says they're from San Diego, I immediately follow with, do you know Sam the cooking guy? Thinking there's probably little chance. Well, lo and behold, he does. No, Sam the cooking guy, disconnected for a number of years now, but had experience with Sam the cooking guy in person. I believe he said he actually had a dinner at his home when Sam lived in that great home that he continues to shoot videos in. But I believe one of the kids lives in there now, and he has moved on to be closer to what are now ex-restaurants, which is what we will also talk about next week when Sam shows up. First Tuesday of the month, second hour, as he usually does. But Kareem Pirani will talk about the iBBQ tables. I have heard rumors that there may or may not be some type of discount code on one of the particular tables. So if it strikes your fancy and you are a buyer, it is in your wheelhouse, it's your demographic, it's what you need to add to the outdoor cooking space. You could save upwards of 15%. By the way, these things aren't cheap and they get really expensive. But you know the saying in barbecue, buy the best and only cry once. Of course, that's what we always say. So Kareem Pirani in hour number 1, and then in hour number 2, because it is the fourth Tuesday of the month, it can only mean we will find a visit from the Embedded Correspondents. Indeed. We will be sans Jon Solberg, as I had mentioned last week. We have a special guest sitting in for this month's episode, and next week, I already told you that we have the aforementioned Sam the Cooking Guy locked and loaded for a February's Embedded Correspondent segment. He's very excited to take part. So while there will be no Jon Solberg tonight, please contain yourself. Maintain your composure, because I love Jon more than anybody else. He will not be in. However, he will be back in March. He's got some work conflicts that he's working through. And he said, you know what? And he said it weeks ago. I have a potential competing interest. What do you think? I said, don't even give it a second thought. Work is work. I understand that better than anybody. Do that thing. We will figure out what to do with the 2 months of Embedded Correspondents, January and February. Wouldn't you know it? We have a fill-in guest tonight who I think you will enjoy seeing, and I know you will enjoy seeing Sam the Cooking Guy in February, so stay tuned for that. Kareem Pirani, first hour, Embedded Correspondents, second hour. Don't forget, you can follow me socially on Instagram and Twitter, TikTok, the Snapchats, and the LinkedIns, all at the handle at BBQ Central Show. We say good evening to those of you watching tonight through one of our video streaming platforms. You can go to facebook.com/BBQ Central Show or twitter.com/BBQ Central Show, or you can watch on YouTube, which is youtube.com/@BBQ Central Show, where we happen to have a new YouTube poll question of the week, and we're asking everybody this, including all guests. Given the success of the segment last week with Jess Pryles, I'm asking all of you, plus all guests, do you wash your chicken before you do anything with it? As in, get it home from the store when you're ready to make it. Do you wash it before you do anything else? And currently, 100% of you are saying no. And by the way, congratulations. Usually, it's one of you bags that decides they're going to go again. Oh, guess what? One of you did. Who would have thought about it? Currently, 89% of you are saying you do not wash chicken. Let's make it 90%. And 10% of you are saying you do wash chicken. I was very happy, just for a fleeting moment, that 100% was opening the show. However, it's 90-10 at the moment. We'll see how it works out through the rest of the show. Results of the poll from last week. Should we eliminate the term embargoed from PR language? 69% of you said yes, we should eliminate the term, and I agree. We have some emails from past shows and reactions. Jeff Lamb writing into the show. Greg, just listened to the show from a few weeks back. Check out Meet Your Maker. I have a 3/4 horsepower unit. Pretty sure you could run a car through that thing. This is in regards to the meat grinder that I was talking with Dave Gafford about a couple weeks ago. Also the associated chamber vacuums, which I still did not get yet. A Gene from Florida. That doesn't mean I'm not going to get one. I'm in the market. You should be in the market. This is just a reference to the meat grinders that we were also talking about with that segment. I go on to read. Also, I feel your pain. I wanted Also, sorry about your cat. I feel your pain. I wanted 0 cats. My wife wanted a cat, so we compromised. Got 2 fucking cats. It's funny how that compromise works. Jeff, you got out better than me. I wanted 0 cats, and I wound up with 4 cats. Currently, the tally runs at 3 as of a couple weeks ago. But I had 4 cats for any number of years, wanting 0 cats. Oh, boy. Looky here. It's our good old boy, Terry. In Kentucky. Greg, listening to your interview with Jess Pryles, and I'm shocked to hear that you don't wash your chicken when you take it out of the package. I do it every time. To be honest, I don't know if I could do anything else with it if I didn't wash it first. It's gross otherwise. What is your process to get all the gross stuff off of it? Love the show. Regards, Terry. Terry, this email just solidifies the fact that, indeed, you don't love the show. You hate the show. You probably hate me more personally than you hate the show. When you write stuff like this, Terry. What do I do with it? Let me explain it to you. I buy the chicken in the grocery store. I bring it home. I'm either having it for dinner that night or for lunch, or I'm doing a meal prep or whatever the hell it is I'm doing. I take the cellophane off the top, and then I will put it out on a nice baker's rack, if you will, raised rack, and I take paper towel and I blot it, and then I season it, and away I go. Not even for 1 second, and I repeat, not even for 1 second does that chicken see an additional pan where it works its way under a sink. Not only that, in a concoction of citrus juices and salts. Like, Terry, what the hell do you think is actually taking place when you put citrus juice and salts on your chicken? And by the way, you didn't say specifically how you're washing it. You could just be rinsing it under water. Is that what you're calling cleaning chicken or washing chicken? Because that's not washing it at all. You're just putting water over it. And to what? Do you think the chicken is dirty? Do you think it's infected? Do you think that the processing plant that chicken went through, that is USDA guarded and inspected and sterile, is dirty? I know. Chicken has salmonella and blah, blah. That's why you cook it, Terry. But to think for even 1 second or a nanosecond that if you are putting water over that chicken, you are somehow making it clean or disinfected or more healthy or worse, because that's just water. If you are wasting salt and associated fruit juice concoctions, i.e. lemon or lime or a combination of both, putting that on chicken with salt and then scrubbing it, that is not doing anything except you are wasting your money. And Terry, you are a fool, Terry.
Terry?
It's things like this. And Jess Pryles was way more professional when she was talking about it last week. I get it. This could be something that you were raised in. This could be something that you personally believe in. If that's your process and you're sticking to it, fine. If you think that I'm wrong because I don't do it, that's where you're wrong, Polly. Because your definition of cleaning needs to be revised or redefined, because you're not cleaning anything. At best, you are rinsing some of the chicken goop off, the chicken myoglobins, but you're not making it healthier or safer to handle by putting it under the sink. Also, water droplets cascading and flying all over the goddamn ware when you put it under the sink and run water over the top of it. Sprinkling out under your countertops, maybe under your upper lip. So it's making it more dangerous. So don't bring your, if you don't wash chicken, how can I even know you argument to me. I will like you just fine if you choose to do that, but don't tell me that because I don't do it, it's wrong. Or why don't I do that? I don't do it because it does nothing for you. There was no cleaning. There was no cleansing. There was no more safety being added. It's none of that. Let's just agree there, and then whatever process you want. God bless, Terry.
Terry?
Anyway, little long on the open. Sorry. Kareem Pirani will be joining us momentarily. Dennis, that's a great question. Does Terry wash his beef also?
Terry?
That's a question for Terry. Maybe he'll write in next week. I mean, I assume if you are a washer of proteins, anything that comes out of a cellophane wrapped on top with styrofoam on the bottom, it's probably seeing water at a minimum. Watered down bleach doesn't want any of that. What about good old Dawn? How about slapping some Dawn on that and lathering that bitch up? Let's get it clean. If we're going to get that clean, let's get it clean, huh? Hey, Pits and Spits has something to say if you're serious about your grilling game. They have two things to talk about. First, we're kicking it off with the Pits and Spits griddle, the gas top griddle, combining the power of a traditional grill with the versatility of a flat top griddle, engineered with precision, crafted from top quality materials. This versatile griddle is set to revolutionize your outdoor cooking experience. Constructed of 304 stainless marine grade steel, fully welded design, the griddle comes with 4 burners to accurately manage your heat zones and gets blisteringly hot up to 80,000 BTUs, made with the Pits and Spits signature quality. Now, for those of you building the ultimate outdoor kitchen, you have to check out the built-in pellet grill, designed for discerning grill masters who demand top-tier performance. This grill is the centerpiece for any serious outdoor kitchen. From low and slow smoking to high heat searing, this grill can handle it all. Briskets, ribs, pizzas, veggies, you name it, this grill can cook it. And with the Pits and Spits legendary craftsmanship, you can be confident it's built to last with stainless steel construction and a design that's reliable as it is versatile. So, are you ready to take your cooking to the next level? Head on over to pitsandspits.com/BBQ Central. That's pitsandspits.com/BBQ Central. And use promo code BBQ Central to checkout for a free spice pack with orders over $500. Believe me, if you're buying any Pits and Spits griddle or griddle and grill, you'll be well over $500. And that spice pack is a lock. Pitsandspits.com, and that's the double T on the Pits and Spits /BBQ Central, and then promo code BBQ Central for the free spice pack. No Kareem in the box. We're going to see what's happening in the next 20 seconds. Who knows? Stick around. I'll be right back.
You're listening to the BBQ Central Show. Broadcasting live from the BBQ Central Show studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the BBQ Central Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, welcome back. This portion of the show being brought to you by Fireboard. Makers of Fireboard 2, Fireboard Pro, Fireboard Spark, Fireboard Beacon, the new Fireboard Pulse. When you use the Fireboard app, you have total access to all devices anywhere in the world. Find out more by visiting fireboard.com or call 816-945-2232. Great folks over at Fireboard, longtime sponsor of this show, and I'm a longtime appreciator of their sponsorship and their products, which, by the way, are tops in the industry, especially if you're looking to stay especially if you're looking to have that wire-connected experience. Let's say that. Peter Armstrong is tuning in from Australia. G'day, mate. G'day, Peter. That's all I got. I have come to find out, because when Jess Pryles shows up on the show, as she said, she always feels more Aussie when she's on the show. The accent comes out a little more, the words that she says come out a little more, all that fun stuff. Oh, she's online. And I find myself thinking, well, one time I'm going to do an extended Australian accent, so then I do it in the car, because I always say, you should work on speaking. If you want to speak better, you have to practice it. So always in the car, I'm just talking out loud at random, and I decide I want to start talking Australian, and I start with the good days, and it sounds really good. And then once I start talking for even 5 more seconds, it sounds really bad, and then I stop. So I'm being told at the moment that Kareem is on the line. So we'll go ahead. We'll test it. I see him nod in the box, so I trust none of this. However, he did reply back, so I have to think about that. So we'll go with the open. Why not? Gang, have you been manning the grill at a party that you are throwing? And have you ever thought, man, it would be a better party if I was able to take part in all the fun and frivolity that everybody else is enjoying? Instead, I'm over here cooking for everyone else. Chances are you have felt that way at some point, but there's never been a great or even viable option to bring all of that together. Well, tonight we aim to change that as I introduce you to an item that is not only allowing everyone to gather together, but also allows you to cook as a group as well. Here to talk about the unique product is first-time guest Kareem Pirani. Kareem, how are you, pal? And there is no Kareem. I mean, zero. Hello? Oh, wait. Let me punch up a line 7. We go to Kareem Pirani. Uh-oh. Well. Joke's on me again. That's all right. Punch back out. This is the problem with a live show. And boy, am I going to say this. As a matter of fact, stand by just for 1 second so I can shoot off a most brief email. Is it just me, or does everybody love that song? I mean, that is one of the if there was nothing else I got from one of my favorite local talk shows, the Alan Cox Show, on the buzzer, WMMS, legendary rock radio station, by the way, in all of radio. But if there's one thing that is a huge takeaway is being introduced to Milt Buckner by the Alan Cox Show. Now, he used to do it, for instance, when we used to give stuff away on the show. Let's see. We used to give stuff away on the show. I don't know if you remember this or not, but I would play these kind of things on the show. For instance.
Now's the time where we give stuff away.
That's me singing right there.
People give us stuff on the show to give away at no money for you. That's why it's free. Send an email on its way when I tell you to. That's why we give stuff away.
Right here. This is Milt Buckner. The organ music underneath. The Late Late Show, I believe, is what it's called. You can YouTube it. I love it. And then I found Robin's Nest. Which Robin's Nest is this? Very similar. Something that I can talk over easily. Of course, if you're a longtime fan of the show, there's been many times where I've just made up lyrics to the show. It's fabulous. By the way, this is what we call vamping. I have Kareem's volume on, so if Kareem showed up, I would at least be able to hear him. Something's changed. We had a great half-hour sound check. How well that work out? We had a sound check on Saturday. Talked about his products and what we talk about. Then we talked about having a discount code for you on one of his grills. They are kind of expensive, but not when you think of all the value you can get when you use it with your family and your friends It would be great if you could use it all year around. But I live in Cleveland and I can't because it gets real cold. Like last week when it was 30 below zero with a wind chill. I can just go on and on. Do you know what kind of talent it takes for somebody to just make up a hit song like that off the top of their head? I challenge you. You know, it's days like this that I wish I still had a phone number to call in on, but I don't have a phone number to call in. And now Kareem is texting me, but I'm logged in and I can see myself on the top left of the screen. I don't know. Kareem, I don't know what to say. You're like, we're so close, yet we're so far. And there's even worse news, Kareem. I didn't plan to have an hour's worth of extra content to vamp. I'm not going to put my audience through me singing extemporaneous songs off the top of my head to Milt Buckner because, quite frankly, YouTube will shut me down because I'm sure it's copyrighted music. And YouTube hates me anyway, and I hate YouTube. So we're just going to have to see what happens. Kareem, I'm sorry I'm not just going back and forth with you. We're running a live show, and these are just the things that happen when we get to a Tuesday night. I'm very concerned, by the way, going forward with the fill-in guest this evening because there seemed to be a small issue. I think we worked through it before the end of the sound check, but we didn't have any problems before with Kareem. So I don't even know what the hell happened. It was just a delightful guy. Here's what I want to say. There's a very good chance that we will rebook Kareem Pirani on an upcoming show because I feel very passionate about this product that he has, regardless of the price tag. I mean, a lot of you guys are rich anyway. I know. You're secret rich. But I feel intrigued and impassioned enough about this product that I want to talk to you about it. I want to expose it to you. In the meantime, if I've excited you even just a little bit, I suggest that you go to the website, ibbq.com. In fact, I'll do a quick teaser. How about that? Let's see if I can do that. Go here. Go to the website. Now, for those of you listening in your podcast, I apologize. You can't see this, but you can come quickly to the video podcast, which is always available on Facebook, the Twitter, and the YouTubes. And it looks something like this. So we'll go to the shop. And for instance, here you go. You have a table that you can sit around. Let's blow it out. Got a nice table you can sit around. I mean, look, it's very nice wood. You got a grill, gas grill right in the middle there. They call it Korean barbecue, I believe. I was just checking out that guy's watch right here. Can I zoom in? I can. It's got all the markings of a Panerai, but it's missing a couple key features or key identifiers for me to really feel like I could bet money on that and be correct. However, this one's called the Quadra, Quadra 4, right? And so 4 people can sit around it comfortably. I suppose you could probably stick in a couple other chairs and offset a little bit if you wanted to get 6 people around there. And then away you go. Cook your steaks, veggies, seafood. That's what it looks like from a lookout. Very well built. There's your top again. Now, notice price tag, $6,500, right? You're like, yikes. However, in talking with Kareem, he said, a lot of people, I don't know if balk is the right thing, but a lot of people would see the sticker price and go, wow. But then when they nut up and get it, bring it into their home, especially if you're in more of a warm environment, and you can use it substantially more than I could. Like, I can't use that right now. Too cold. But easily through, late springtime, all the way through summer into later fall, early parts of winter probably. could use it. And it's a reconnection to family. It's bringing everybody into the same place. If everybody wants to cook their own stuff, you have ability to do that. Do you have the ability to do that in a more traditional outdoor barbecue party? Yes, but you got to come over to the grill. And if you're like me, you don't necessarily like everybody taking their hand at the grill. I mean, that's mine. But when you have something along these lines, you have the ability now where it's a little bit more or a lot of bit more social as far as the cooker is concerned. And so it's part and parcel. If you're coming over to my side of the house where all the cooking is going on, unless you have chops, I don't know if I want you to just cook up your own stuff. I want it to be at my level. And I feel like I'm able to relinquish a little bit more control when the cooker is right there in the middle of the table. It reminds me only in concept of the Art Flame. Now, the Art Flame, of course, we know I've nicknamed that the boat anchor, or at least the original Art Flame, boat anchor. Inefficient, smoky, hard to relegate any type of temperature other than a little further or a little closer to the fire that was in the middle of the hole. Did it look great? Absolutely. Was it a conversation piece? Absolutely. Did we use it more than 2 times a year? Absolutely not. One, I like my neighbors, especially Annie and Desmond. I didn't want to smoke them out. Wood fire, very hard to burn in there. Even hot, it was very hard to burn in there. So I ended up going to charcoal. Use a 20-pound, 30-pound bag of charcoal through the course of the day, because once you get it hot, you want to keep it hot. You just cook on it through the course of the day, but it's kind of a dangerous burn hazard if you got little kids running around. Back in the day when I lived in Wycliffe, we had the compound going. There were little kids running around, not mine, but Annie and Desmond had little kids at the time, Braden and Leah. They could just accidentally put their hand on top of the Art Flame, and now you got a 57th degree burn. The kid's on fire all of a sudden. So you don't want that. That's no fun. But check it out. We'll get Kareem rescheduled. And the worst part is that I now have to carry a second segment, but I can do it. Why? Because I'm a professional, and then we'll work into the second hour, and everybody will be fine with the embedded correspondence. I hope. If this is indicative of a bigger problem that I am unaware of, there's going to be hell to pay. I'm not sure who's going to pay that hell, but there is going to be hell to pay. By the way, there's a very good chance that first-time watcher and colleague of mine, now he's a colleague on the manufacturing side. He works for Peterbilt Motors, where I am a dealer of Peterbilt at Ohio Peterbilt. My pal Dan Bruner from Cecil, Wisconsin, home of ice fishing. If you live in or around the greater Cecil metropolitan area, if there is such a thing, you probably are into ice fishing. Dan, into ice fishing. Was talking all about a couple weeks ago when he was in town, as we were covering some customers. Said, it's been so cold that the lake he's by is making so much ice per day or so much ice per hour. It seems very significant. And he said that there's so much ice being made that if it goes past X amount of inches of ice made, he has to get an extension for his ice auger, where he drills a hole down in the ice to then fish. And I said, well, do you have one of those fishing huts? He said, of course. It's way too cold to fish all day and drink all day on the ice without any type of shelter or heat. So he has a ice shanty. In fact, he has engineered a shack product that has, you're able to push it out on the ice with wheels, and then through some type of pneumatic rigging that he has done on the frame, he pushes a button or maybe works a pulley, and the wheels now fold up into the framework of this shanty, and the shanty plops solidly down and firmly down on the ice, giving you a nice seal around the ice border. Now you can turn on your heater or whatever you put in ice shanties. Handful of years ago, when it was really cold here in Cleveland all winter long, ice shanties were making their way out into the fine city of Hudson, known for their outstanding brand of cocaine, but also ice shanties were then banned by Hudson's mayor. Why? Because ladies of the night were frequenting them. We can't have ladies of the night frequenting shanties in Hudson. That is not a good look. Not a good look at all. But Dan never told me there were hookers in their shanties. And it does seem like if you want a ice shanty that is easily pushed on and off the ice through a wheel system, he has one. And if you are interested in maybe getting one, I don't know if he ships them, but let's just keep it local for now. And when I mean local, I mean those of you in the Cecil, Wisconsin area. I'm going to guess that might be around a great metropolis of Green Bay. It's just a guess. I have no idea. But it's very cold. So whatever the coldest parts of Wisconsin are, that's where he's from. And he makes ice shanties on wheels that then cantilever up, giving you a firm securement on your ice. Look, there's only a few things that sound more miserable than ice fishing. That would be normal fishing and soccer. But if you're interested and you're in the area, I have a contact. I have a guy. We can put a deal together. I'm sure he can make you one for a price. Email from Kareem at iBBQ. I did everything like I did on Sunday, and I can see myself in the top left corner of the screen. I just logged in, logged out for a second time as well, and nothing. Kareem, don't even give it a second thought. What I think is going to happen is this. We're going to reschedule. Then we are going to have an even more high-pressure sound check, and then we're going to feel really good about ourselves on that Sunday night or Monday night leading into the show Tuesday. And then when it comes time for Tuesday's show, it's going to happen again. You know it's going to happen again. Was there a Windows update, Kareem? Something had to have changed. I don't know what. But something had to have changed. It was beautiful, and now it's miserable. Oh, by the way, if you're keeping track, we got through that segment. You're welcome. And it was entertaining. I talked about a work colleague. I have a whole setup ready to go for next segment. If you have some topics you would like me to talk on, just let me know. Happy to toss them out there. Here's what I do know. 2 years ago, I was in the best shape I was ever in before I got fat again.
Fat!
I know, look at me now, svelte. I know, I get it. But for me, fat.
Fat!
So we're welcoming back our pal, David McDowell from Barbecue Diet. Now, a little bit different link than the last time. I think if you go to Barbecue Diet or you search Barbecue Diet and then David McDowell, all in one search, you probably come up with the website Skool, Skool. So if you go to skool.com/BBQ Diet, you should find the new group that he's made. There's almost 50 people in the group. Some people you've probably actually heard of. And you talk about barbecue and grilling, but you also talk about living a little bit better lifestyle. I'm all about living the better lifestyle and also keeping my barbecue lifestyle. But I want to get back to how I looked a couple years ago. I was ripped, bro. And I was eating beef and everything else that I like. But I think if this is something that might interest you, we can get on this journey together. We did it last time. We can do it again this time. This is my fault. You know, a lot of things happened over the last couple of years, but we're dialing it back in. Anyways, my pal David McDowell and the Barbecue Diet, Skool.com, Skool, Skool.com BBQ diet, I think. And you can join me. Day one will be Monday. Now, I have been getting some pre-workouts in over the last 3 weeks, getting my cardiovascular health up. By the way, according to my ring here, while I am 50 years old, my cardiovascular age over the last 3 years has dropped. I am now 47.
Hey, everybody! Can I trouble you for a Hoya?
My cardiac health is 3 years younger than my actual age. My cardiac age is 3 years younger than my actual age. That's what I wanted to say. I'm 50, but my cardiac age is 47, and it's going down, obviously. Come on, join me. It's going to be great. We're going to be ripped together, and then we can get chicks. We're back with more after this. Stick around. Be right back.
Howard Stern, Jim Rome, Dan Patrick, and Greg Rempe. The Mountain Rushmore of talk show entertainment. Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show.
All right, welcome back. If you didn't get enough of me talking last segment, you're not in luck because there's going to be more of me talking this segment. I've heard from a number of you that says, the best parts of the show or my most favorite parts of the show where it ends up just you talking. Well, hey, everybody that ever said that, your first hour is all me all the time. Kareem also sent in another email saying that all systems should be go. Does not look like he'll be on the show. Oh, really? Kareem, don't even give it a second thought, as I had mentioned before. There's obviously some type of glitch, internet hang-up, baud speed, any number of things could be what's happening at the moment. The true test, once again, will be what happens in the second hour. Will Matt Osmond from Tennessee show up? Will Doug Scheiding of Rogue Cookers show up? Will Rusty Monson from the great city of Utah show up? Will special guest from the great state of not to be mentioned show up? That is the test. Then we will know if this is more me or more outside. And I'm just crossing fingers all the way through that is not me. I hate it when it's me. It's mostly never me. Sometimes it's me. It's mostly never me. Maybe there's a camera issue. That always seems to be the bigger, but he said he could see himself. Damn it, it's probably not that easy. Ice. Get that big stuff out of here. It looks like Guy the Cooking Sam is an ice fisher because he had a name for the prostitutes you find in the ice shanties. Ice lizards. Not to be confused with heavy-duty trucking industry, which I'm in at the, on the CB. I don't want to digress too much here. But on the CB, if you know what that is, I used to run one a handful of years ago. They have their own lingo. The police officers, depending on if it's a state trooper or a sheriff or a local police officer, those are all called different things to identify them. If you go through a toll booth, that's called the cash box. If you go into a weighing station, that's called the chicken coop. And the truck stop is not called the truck stop, it's called the pickle park. Because there's a lot of men, pickle park. And within the confines of the pickle park, every once in a while, you might see a unsavory lot lizard. Ice lizard, lot lizard, you get the idea. Little knock on the door, hey, you want to party? Blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, the passenger side cargo door on the sleeper opens and whoop, out she goes, from what I understand. There's a name for that door on the passenger side that I'm not going to say out loud here on this show. No way. But one of my customers hipped me to it when we were speccing out a truck a number of years ago. He said, well, hey, where's the blank door? And I said, what? You know, the blank door. I said, I don't know, and it's not going to show up in the spec book like that. I can tell you that. But we found it. We put it in there just in case. So let me review the text messages here. Yeah. I mean, I just can't go back. Once I'm in it, I can't stop. This is a live show, right? Of course. This was slated for the second hour at the top. But we can do it now. Because, and then there's this. Oh, no. Number of weeks ago, I introduced you to Dave's Blazing Hot Sauce. Dave, I apologize if I just said the complete incorrect name of your product. Dave's Scorching Hot Sauce. It was a Dave, and there was a hot sauce, and there was a guy spitting fire out of his mouth. Maybe it was even a lightning bolt or a ray of fire. Solar flare out of his mouth. You get the idea. And to Dave's credit, he sent me not one, but 12 bottles of sauce. And I said, whoa. Gave it the rating. Remember, good flavor, really good vinegar flavor. On a hotness scale for my palate, it was like 0.5 to 1 out of 10. But it won over gangbusters at work. Dave, I think you got a hit on your hands. My boss took one, and it is now stationed in his office. And he puts it on stuff that he brings in for lunch or things that he snacks on from stuff that he steals from other people to eat. But he's the boss, VP of the truck group. No names, please. And my controller lady also put a bottle in her office. She's very happy with that. And then there's a bottle over in the break room. So I brought in, I think, 6 bottles, and 3 are at work. The other 3 got taken. And I kept 3 for myself, of course. And then I was going to give 3 away. And these are the names of the people that said they were interested in trying a sample bottle of Dave's sauce. Darwin, our pal Johnny Maggs in the chat room, who's been very professional, hasn't said one thing in the many weeks of saying, hey, I would like the sample. He probably understands how I am when I say I'm going to ship stuff out to you. Like, you're going to get it, but it's on my time. And then also Guy the Cooking Sam in the chat, he also said that he would like a bottle. So they asked for the hot sauce samples. And gang, I don't know if I could have worse news for you. And I'm saying this with peace and love.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace and love. I got behind in my shipping. Obviously, you know this. Why? Because you don't have the sauce samples. And then we did a little car shopping. And we kept my wife's car that has like 2 months left on the lease because it was cheaper to keep it for 2 more months for the $1,100 than it was to try and turn it in at the Kia dealership and then get jammed up on that side of things. So my Volkswagen has been parked, which is where those bottles of sauce were. So far, so no big deal. Except last week, the ambient temperature for 4 or 5 days in a row was below 0, which led to what? 3 bottles freezing and exploding.
Get that big stuff out of here. Uh-oh.
I'm ashamed to say it. I totally forgot that those bottles of sauce were in there. And yesterday, when I got back in my car after a week and a half of not using it, I got in early in the morning, heading off to the office to do director of sales nonsense. And I said, man, it smells pretty flavorful in here with a nice hint of vinegar. That's weird. And I didn't even think twice about it. Got to work, It warmed up a little bit yesterday. We saw almost 36 degrees, heat wave. Got back in at 5 o'clock, head back home. It was even more pungent, and it smelled more like hot sauce, and then all of a sudden, uh-oh. Got out, opened up the back car door, and in the driver's side passenger, in the wheel well, luckily I have WeatherTech floor mats, was encasing the 3 bottles that froze and gave up their guts. Now, it could have been way worse. I had these all, like, they were ready to ship, guys, which makes it even worse, of course, because they were in bubble wrap. I bought bubble wrap. I rolled them up, even gave them a little toss test to make sure that they were shipping ready. So I know how the folks over at the UPS are, or the USPS are. No offense, Johnny. They can be a little rough. So I bubble wrapped them up real nice like, stuck them in the car, and then got away from me a little bit. Then I forgot about them, and then it froze, and then they burst. So there was, you can't see it on the podcast, there was like a pool of Dave's hot sauce that had collected onto the WeatherTech floor mat. And I was very ashamed with myself. And when I say ashamed, I mean very ashamed.
Great. I don't give a fuck.
Jess, please. I'm trying to apologize. And believe me, I'm with you. No excuse to forget that. And I said that I was going to send you guys samples. And while mostly everything I ship out is late, I have never not come through with that. And I am ashamed to say that tonight is the day that I come clean. And I tell you, after learning just recently as yesterday that those bottles had exploded and it was all my fault. I'm sorry, guys. Darwin, my man Johnny Maggs, and Guy from Guy the Cooking Sam, you will not,
Andrew, you are
not getting bottles of hot sauce. You're not going to get them. Because I'm not giving up the 3 that I'm keeping for me, because if it's free, it's me. And obviously, 3 were pilfered from work and taken to places unnamed, and then the other 3 are at work in various states of consumption. And then there were the final 3 that blew up in my car, and it's all my fault. So just know this. If you are a cigar smoker, I can make it up to you. I was refreshed with McAuliffe Black in Robusto, a cigar of the year, 2023, Cigar Authority. I was also refreshed with a box of McAuliffe Red, which is a nice Habano wrapper. Very nice. Also in Robusto. And I was also not refreshed, but awarded a new box of Leanda from McAuliffe. And I smoked that in the mobile lounge on the way to work when I initially realized that the car had a hot sauce air freshener scent, as Johnny Mag said. So if you are into any and all of those, I will try and re-give it a go. Here's what I do know. If for some reason, A, you want those, and B, I forget about them again in the whole shipping process, if it gets below 0, it doesn't matter. It'll be fine. Cigars aren't going to explode. They might freeze, but they will defrost on the way to you. They will be fine. And that way, God forbid, there were any extra tobacco beetles. Depending on how cold it gets, it'll kill them too. I think you got to get below, you got to get 10 below in order to kill tobacco beetles. I'm not going to get into that. We can talk about that with Mr. Jonathan next month when he shows up for his first quarterly visit to 2025. So that is my give back to you. If you are interested in me making it up in the form of premium hand-rolled cigars with one of the best brands out there right now, McAuliffe, and a black Robusto, a red Robusto, and a Leanda in Robusto, I am happy to send them out to you at my cost, of course. Would never ask for you to reimburse for shipping. Pit Life, like cigars, good for you. All right. Johnny, I got your address. I can switch out the hot sauce with a black, red, and Leanda. Have you had the Leanda? I'm telling you, your life might change. Just when I think I have found my most favorite McAuliffe cigar, another McAuliffe cigar blend comes down the line that I haven't chosen, and I think to myself, well, that one might be my favorite right now. As it sits, I still think it's McAuliffe Black. Then it could be Leanda, and then McAuliffe Red, McAuliffe Blue is my least favorite. However, if you took those three out and said you could only smoke the blue, I would be very happy smoking McAuliffe Blue. Sumatra wrapper. It's got very good flavor. A lot more mild on the strength and the flavor profile. So if you're into less strength, that's probably what you would be into. Gang, I don't know if you knew it or not, but I cleared the first hour. God, I'm a fucking pro. You were so entertained. And I don't want to hear that you weren't, because I won't read it. Hey, Schwank Grills is ready to rock and ready to roll with 1,500 degrees of infrared heat as you see it right there on your TV screen. Are you looking for something that can sear the snot out of something else in a protein fashion? Well, you can sear the snot out of it in that Schwank Grill. You're looking to be able to adjust that heat so you're not at a snot searing pace. Use the adjustable levels and adjust the intensity of the heat. Easy stuff. And you can cook it all. Lobster tails, delicate fish, Brussels sprouts are going in. How about some chicken? You know you can do it on the steaks, burgers, of course. And it's highly portable. One of the most portable cookers out there right now. And it's just gaining in popularity. Go to schwankgrills.com. That's schwankgrills.com. You can choose between natural gas and liquid propane for fuel. Everything you want. schwankgrills.com. And we're back to wrap the first hour right after this. Stick around. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Continuing to produce incredibly mediocre content in an exceptionally professional way. You're listening and watching the Barbecue Central Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
And we are back. I think our business is caught up. Ooh. Johnny Maggs has not tried the Leanda. Hey, Darwin's listening. He'll take the giveaway too. All right. It's not just one cigar, Darwin. You'll get the black, the red, and the Leanda. And if you are an appreciator of premium hand-rolled cigars, I think you're going to be very excited to try these. Guy Chisholm, you ready for cigars too, or are you not a cigar smoker? You new ice lizards, are you a cigar smoker? I should probably bust out early and then shoot Kareem a message just to let him know I'm not icing him right now, but I am in mid-show. I'll probably do that. All right. My nerves are frayed. I have no idea what to expect in the second hour. This is why we do it live.
We'll do it live.
I mean, can you imagine not watching this show live even once in your life? I mean, think of the treat you were just exposed to for the last 6 hours, or for the last 60 minutes. A show that had a plan to go X and instead has went completely Y. The joys of doing it live.
Andrew, you are...
All right. Refresh your libations, and then we will head to the second hour. You are listening and watching the Barbecue Central Show right here on the Barbecue Central Network. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Cleveland, Ohio. And you're listening to BBQ Central.
Happy to have you aboard here for the really big barbecue show.
Boing. We cook because we have to, and we grill because we want to.
Hit me!
Fine, how you doing?
You have a great show. I'm a big fan.
Boing.
So what seems to be the problem here? This man looks like he's dead, and he's in the crackle. Charbono! It's all about the charbono, dude!
Succulent fish. What?
He ate 54 wieners. But listen, Lavernius, shut your face.
I'm shaking like a dog shit peach seeds.
We have top men working on it right now. Top men.
Boing. Hit me! Boing.
Oh, welcome to the second hour. I believe that my worst fears are coming to fruition. I have to do this real quick. Ba, 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 ba. I don't even think that's right. Is that even right? I don't know. Let's throw caution to the wind. Doug.
Yo.
Do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Go back into the embedded correspondent document.
Yes, sir.
And try to log in under every vMix. Log in there. The John, Doug, Rusty,
Yep.
Matt.
Rusty,
and
Matt.
let's see what happens.
I just did mine, obviously.
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
We have to see. We must see. I'm not going to leave Doug up there. Andrew Barnhart from Flip Grill is in the chat. Andrew, you're not missing anything except me talking a lot. All right. See if John's link works. I mean, if Doug gets in on all of these, then it's not my worst fears are being confirmed. It's what the hell is everybody else doing? Doug, you're here.
Yes, I typed in John.
John, yes. Okay. I'm really worried about Matt's, but try Rusty's next.
10-4.
All right. This is why Doug is the longest running embedded correspondent, because he knows what to do. When tasked with something important, he is right there. We're going to see if he can now log in with Rusty's credentials. Matt's seems very weird. And there's Doug. Or should we call you Jess?
I don't give a damn anymore.
Great. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
I don't cuss on you.
Oh, yeah, of course. Right. We couldn't possibly cuss. No way. All right. Now
All right.
let's see
Matty
what Matt
boy
looks
next.
like. All right. Rusty has said, I don't think my link works, but Rusty, I have bad news for you. It looks like your link does work. I just can't believe this is even a real link. We're going to see if anybody can sniff it out. It's our pal Doug over from Rogue Cookers. We're going to see if that one pops up or not. Oh, dear. There he is.
Oh,
Doug.
dear.
Or should we call you Meathead? Right.
Meathead.
All right. Well, look, all the links work. I'm not sure. This totally throws my thought of there being an issue on my side. All the links work. Doug from Texas is able to knock in on all of the links. So I'm not sure what happened to my first hour guest, and I have no idea what Rusty is talking about, but we will now back out, and I will try to squeeze in the top of the second hour here in the next 2 minutes, and then we'll see you back here shortly. This is Doug Scheid, of course. Gang, I don't know what the fuck is going on right now, and I don't like it. Still to come on the show this evening, the Embedded Correspondents, and we say good evening to those of you who are watching the show tonight through one of our video streaming platform partners, facebook.com/BBQ Central Show or twitter.com/BBQ Central Show. Or you can watch the show through YouTube, which is youtube.com/@BBQ Central Show. We have a YouTube poll question of the week, and we're asking everybody this question, including all guests. Do you wash your chicken before you do anything else to it? 85% of you are saying no. You do not wash your chicken. Good to hear. Don't know why you would. I'm wondering if any of the embedded correspondents wash chicken, because then I can ask them why they would do that. That'll be coming up. If you missed the first hour of the show, don't worry. First hour of the show is coming out on Wednesdays, and the second hour of the show is coming out on Thursdays. And let's talk about Friday right now as we talk about what's coming up on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less this coming Friday, episode 366. Bringing you back to January 22nd of 2019. Being featured this week is a live fire superstar, a brilliant recipe creator, a successful businesswoman. She's also a quarterly guest here on this show, and you've seen her on TV a number of times as well over the past few years. It's the creator of the Hey Grill Hey brand, Susie Bullock. In fact, this was her very first time on the show. I actually remember this one too. If you don't know the backstory on Susie or how the whole business got started, this is worth a listen. In fact, this is really worth clicking on the whole show and checking out the full segment. Very inspiring, very brave. Susie, a great storyteller as well. So check out the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less this coming Friday. And then click the link for the whole show because that whole show is great. And you get to hear the entire initial segment that Susie tells. So how about that? You can't beat it. You can subscribe to the Best Moment Show by visiting thebbqcentralshow.com/subscribe. You can also email John and let him know what you would like to hear if you feel a guest or a segment has been lost in the archives and deserves to see the light of day again. JON@thebbqcentralshow.com is the place to go, and he will do his best to meet your expectation. And just like that, we have somehow caught up on the clock. We have caught up on testing links, and I see nobody besides Doug who is ready to go for this coming segment. There's no Rusty. There is no Matt. There is no special guest. This is, in a word, concerning. But before I shit my pants, it's Primo Grill time. What do we love about ceramic cookers? We love that they're fuel efficient. We love that you can achieve low and slow temperatures for traditional barbecue meats. We love that you can get rip-roaring hot for high-temperature grilling of steaks and other thin cuts. But what's missing in the everyday lineup of ceramic cookers? Oh, there's Matt. Good. The real ability to do true two-zone cooking. Two-zone cooking is very important to both professional and backyard cooks alike. It's the best way to manage a fire and cook with confidence. However, getting a two-zone fire in a round ceramic cooker is not very realistic. Why? Because it's round. Enter Primo in the game-changing oval design. The shape gives you the ability to execute that two-zone setup that you desire. It also gives you the other ceramic grill benefits as well. Really, when you break it down, there's more than 60 different ways to configure the Primo cooker. So if you are only limited by your culinary imagination, then maybe you can only think of 4 ways to do it. But think outside the box and get to 60 and then tell me all about it. Only sold through dealers, so find one near you by visiting the website, primogrill.com, find the dealer locator. And then, once you find out where that closest one is, visit in person, touch and feel all the ovals that you wish in their various shapes. In their various sizes, only oval in shape. And then once you pick your best one out, what are you going to do? I know what you're going to do. You're going to buy all those accessories as well. Why not? Everybody loves accessories. The pizza grill accessory, the Primo grill rotisserie. They have the baskets for like nuts and other stuff that you can put on that rotisserie as well. Divider plates. So many. PrimoGrill.com is the place to go. PrimoGrill.com. Yeah, every fiber of my being is saying stretch it out, because there's 50% guests at this point. Rusty, can you not get in? Well, we'll give it a whirl. Why not? Stand by for the Embedded Correspondents. I guess.
You're listening to the BBQ Central Show. Howard Stern, Jim Rome, Dan Patrick, and Greg Rempe. The Mountain Rushmore of talk show entertainment. Now, let's get back to the BBQ Central Show.
All right, welcome back to Hell. This particular segment of Hell brought to you by Pit Barrel Cooker. the most unbelievable outdoor cooking device on the planet, currently available in 3 sizes with a host of accessories. Doesn't matter if you're a beginner or a professional, it's a cooker you want to add to the arsenal. You visit pitbarrelcooker.com and then you tell them the Barbecue Central show sent you. And who knows, they might sneak in a special gift. Why not? Why not just say anything that comes to my mind tonight? Who cares? Like, there's no rules. No one's being held accountable. It's all my fault. It's all your fault. Forget it. We just end the show now. I can go to bed. I got to go to Columbus tomorrow. Be much more in a better mood if I could just go to bed now instead of having to figure out why the hell. And what makes it even more concerning, so special guests cannot connect in. The great city of Utah cannot connect in. There maybe is a camera driver update, something. I don't even know. I can't begin to figure out what the problem is because Doug logged into all addresses without any issue. And the guy who I would have the least confidence in being able to do that is all here. And no offense, but that's Matt Osmond. He's here. I can see him right there in the bathroom where he always is. So why not get to, can I? You know what? I am going to do it like this. Stand by. All right, gang, it is the 4th Tuesday of the month, and it can't come soon enough so we can start over again in February. And the 4th Tuesday of the month in the second hour means there is a visit from the Embedded Correspondents, and here they are. It is Matt and Doug. Doug, the longest-running Embedded Correspondent from the great city, or from the great state of Texas, and of course, directly below me is Matt Osmond, the newest Embedded Correspondent from the great state of Tennessee. And nope. Wait. See, now I got it. I'm going to have to fix it again. Actually, I don't have to fix anything. I just got to make one small adjustment. Stand by again. No music. Don't worry. So we'll go to box 4, and then we will add... where is it? Come on. Rusty, yes. Are you there? No, Rusty is not there. Rusty's not there. Well, I'm going to leave a sound on. I mean, who cares? At least we can look at him. Looks like he might have gotten a haircut since the last time we saw him because that side of head is nice and tight, but the beard is bushy. I mean, how do you get, Matt, you got a nice thick beard. Is that curated or is it just the hair you grow that's like that?
It grows on me, but I do have, I'm not afraid to say, I do have a beard comb or kind of like a hot iron for men with beards.
You have a hot iron for your beard?
Yeah, they make them. They come incredibly handy.
Do you use Beard Earl and all that stuff?
The balm and some stuff from time to time.
Wow. Good for you. Well, I don't venture any further than this because when I grow my beard out, it is now all gray. And while I'm trying not to look any older than I am, having the beard all gray definitely makes me look way older than I am. So I try and maintain my youthful looks however I can and hold dear for as long as I can. And there we go. All right, we'll see if Rusty shows back up. I have no doubt that my special guest has no way of showing up, but that's all right. We will leave him unnamed, and we might use him again in a future show. Gang, we have a YouTube poll question of the week that we're asking everybody, including all guests. Doug, we'll start with you first. Do you wash chicken before you do anything else with it?
No, I do the opposite. I pat it dry.
Yeah, all right. Matt, you wash chicken?
Never.
Now, let's go back. Doug, do you know anybody that washes chicken?
I think my mother used to.
Ooh. Is that why you guys were at odds your whole life? Matt, you know anybody that washes chicken?
Not off the top of my hand. If they do, they don't tell me.
Yeah, well, that's smart. I don't know anybody that washes chicken specifically, so that would. But maybe like you, Matt, I think people know my stance on it. So if they said they did it out loud, they know they could be in for a education of safety. And look at me, I'm smarter than you, and nobody wants that when I'm around. We have a new 100% Surety Questions list, but before we get to that, we will get to Doug for his thoughts.
Well, actually, I was just going to continue on. We probably have time here. I was practicing chicken last week, and my cat really liked the chicken juice, that's left in there.
Oh, yeah?
And my wife freaked out. She goes, "You're going to give the cat salmonella." And I'm like, that's not going to happen. And yeah, you can potentially give your cat salmonella from the chicken juice, apparently.
Did your cat get sick?
No. But I'm just giving you words of maybe advice.
Oh.
You've got
So you're saying it
down.
could happen. You're saying I got to change.
Yes. Yeah. Rusty.
Well, let's see who it is. Oh, well, look who it is.
Hey, Greg, this is your mother calling. And I have to tell you that for years, I used to wash chicken underneath the sink. And I never told you because even as a youth, you were ready to give it to me, and I didn't want to hear it. So I hid it from you. And that's that. Goodbye.
Who knew that my mom was washing chicken all this time? I had no idea. Thank God she kept it a secret all these years. Thank you for calling in, Mom. I have better news. In a fait accompli, I believe is what they say. Here's Rusty Monson. Wait, here's Rusty Monson right there. Rusty, how did this work out for you?
I switched over to my Mac, which is a superior computer. So
it is.
Okay. All right. Well, so I got to tell everybody to go out and buy a Mac before the show next week. Is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Matt, do you have a Mac? You don't have a Mac, right?
I do not.
Yeah, you're a
No,
Windows
sir.
guy. Doug, you're a Windows guy, right? Yeah.
No, I have a Mac.
You do?
But I have an Android phone, so. Yeah.
I do. I have only Android. All right, 100% Assurity Questions. As we have almost the old guard here. Actually, let me ask you a poll question of the week, Rusty. Do you wash chicken, yes or no?
I don't anymore. I used to, when I was
because
young.
That's how you were brought up?
Yep. That was wash all the stuff out, then you learn.
Well, Rusty, your computer might be superior. Your internet connection is dick.
Yeah, that's gonna be the drawback today.
Yeah. Mm. Are you not plugged into an Ethernet cable, or are you Wi-Fi like Doug?
Yeah, I used to have this. I got my new computer, so this is just kind of doing its thing. So
Rusty, I got good news and bad news. The good news is you figured it out. The bad news is that the internet connection is so bad, I'm just going to drop you. So you're excused.
Shrink the window. Shrink the window.
Oh, do you have the preview window up?
Bandwidth.
Rusty. Motherfucker.
No, it's going.
Like I can't. This
like
will
that
easily
the
be
show of all shows.
This will be easily the worst show of 2025. I mean, there's just no doubt in my mind. I feel like I should let you guys go, and I got to figure out how to fill 2 hours of a show.
He's back.
I've never done that.
Window.
Can you shrink your window, Rusty, so you consume less bandwidth?
Lower the bandwidth.
Yeah.
Turn your
shrink it
video
down.
off.
Yeah, right. Do all that stuff. All right, so Rusty said no to washing chicken now, but he did as a youth to get all the nasties off, right?
That's what I did.
All right.
Back there.
All right, Rusty, like honest to God, like it's terrible. I can't deal with it. So your excuse, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
Hey, let me try and get into. I'll try and get.
No, just don't. I mean, just don't. Please leave me alone. Why me? Why me? Why me? Give me one more second here. I'm gonna switch back to the. Where did that? Cut go.
I can call him on the phone.
No.
Be his translator.
It's nonsense.
FaceTime him in.
What did I do with the...
I don't know how to FaceTime. I don't have grandkids.
No,
or
that's
kids.
not the one I want. That's not the one I want. I want box 4. Where's the logo?
Jerry West?
Oh, no. My show logo.
Nobody's going to know. Yeah, no one's going to know.
Hey, there we go. All right.
No.
We did it. We did it. Congrats.
I feel
Congrats
better.
to me. Congrats to me. By the way, not to add more salt in the wound, but it does appear, according to my stream health, that I'm flashing orange on all 3 channels between a solid red and a flashing orange, which cannot mean very good things from a connection standpoint. So if it's bad for you guys out there, then, I mean, hey, it's just par for the course here. Tune in tomorrow for the audio podcast that will be sterling, except the content will blow. All right, let's go ahead and get into the 100% Assurity question. Doug, 100% yes or 100% no. People who wash their chicken are, in a word, kooks.
Yes, absolute ding-dongs.
Matt, kooks?
100% yes.
Yes, all right. Matt, oh, sorry. I also agree with that. Kooks. All right, Matt. We'll go to you for this one. 100% yes or 100% no. Jess Pryle's next book will sell better than her first book.
100% yes. She's going to steamroll it.
All right. Doug, better than her first book.
Absolutely yes, because she is more relatable and comfortable, and she has won Jon Solberg over, so she's got millions of fans now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I would also add that by the time that book comes out, we might also have seen a season 3 of the Jess Pryle's Hardcore Carnivore TV show, but we do have 2 seasons as it leads into that book, so that's certainly another portion of the consuming public that might not have known about her before, but they like watching television, specifically the Outdoor Cooking Channel, and they would buy her book. So I agree that the next book will sell better than the first book, although by all accounts, the first book did much better than anybody had anticipated, so good for her. All right, Doug. As we're barreling through here, 100% yes or 100% no. Purple Rain is a better song than Take Me With You. Both Prince hits, but Purple Rain is the better song, yes or no?
Absolutely. No question.
No question. Wow. Matt, Purple Rain is a better song than Take Me With You.
Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
We didn't hear your answer, though.
Oh, sorry. It froze. And I was like, oh, shit. What was the question? I didn't hear the question.
Purple Rain is a better song than Take Me With You, both sung by Prince.
Ooh.
I know. I thought this was tougher, too.
Okay.
Doug was immediately with the yes, but I was conflicted.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. 100% yes. Yeah. I'm good with that.
There's something so catchy. By the way, also, in hindsight, even after last week's answer of me saying, yes, Purple Rain is better, I do believe Purple Rain is better. But Take Me With You is quite a magical intro. I love a lot of the musicality that's in there. I also love whoever the singer is, that Apollonia singing in harmony and then also taking over leads. I don't know if that's her or not, but there's some female that also sings in there. I love that song a lot, but Purple Rain definitely is the leader in the clubhouse on that album.
Sheena Easton, maybe?
No. Wait, is it?
I don't know.
God damn it.
I might have to reevaluate the decision if it's Sheena Easton.
Is the female singer on Take Me With You? Oh, well, one of us is right, Doug. And it's me. It's Apollonia. Is the singer on Take Me With You, originally intended to be formed by Vanity. Of course, we all remember Vanity from the 80s. But shortly before filming began on the movie Purple Rain, Vanity famously chose to quit participation in the film altogether. She was offered what appeared to be a lucrative contact with Motown Records executives, and Apollonia stepped in and is the singer on that song. I love it. Anyway, Matt, we go to you. 100% yes or 100% no, a James Beard Award is more valuable than a Michelin star.
100% yes.
Doug, Michelin star, James Beard Award more valuable than a Michelin star.
Thanks to our man Robert Moss, absolutely 100% yes.
I will make this unanimous after hearing what Robert Moss described as a buy your way into the star. I cannot even remotely compare the two. And I know a lot of people that take a dump on James Beard, but I think between the two, James Beard Award is more valuable than the Michelin star. Back to Doug. 100% yes or 100% no. You search out reviews from restaurant critics before you go somewhere new.
The answer might surprise you. I'm going to say yes. Oh. Mike Sutter of the San Antonio Express News.
Yeah.
I will go, if it's here in San Antonio, I'll go check out what his review of the restaurant was.
Matt, 100% yes or 100% no. You search out reviews from restaurant critics before you go somewhere new.
100% no. The gas station clerk knows a good Sammy shop. I'm in.
I am also a no. Not restaurant critic guy. The only guy who I would consider to be a restaurant critic does not critique the food. He tells you what's available there, but never puts a positive or negative spin on it. And I think maybe that's why he's been doing the food critiquing or food reviewing for probably damn near 30 years. Doug Trattner over at Cleveland Scene, one of my good buddies, and somebody we go to all the barbecue restaurants with when they open in a new location. From time to time, Google reviews, newest, just to get a quick idea of what the last week or two have seen. But even then, they could be on the majority of crap, and then I still might give it a whirl if I'm feeling a little bit froggy or not. But it's just me. Matt, 100% yes or 100% no. Online reviews play a role in your decision-making on if you will go somewhere or not.
If I can preface, 100% yes when out of town.
Right? Not in town?
No, I don't.
Because you've been everywhere?
Locals. Well, I'm not Johnny, but, I've been around.
All right. Doug, 100% yes or 100% no. Online reviews play a role in your decision-making on if you will go somewhere or not.
Absolutely. 4, 5, and above. Got to have at least 20 votes. And I'll look at TripAdvisor. I'll look at Google.
Yeah, I don't look at TripAdvisor. I only pay attention to the Google reviews, and it's always filtered by newest. And then I like to see how many good reviews before the shitty review. I will read the first shitty review at length because it's usually like this. They were closed. It was cold out. Something that I can quickly discount and then read 10 more 5-star reviews. All right, guys, hang out just for a second while we do a portion of business. We're talking with Doug Scheiding and Matt Osman, the Embedded Correspondents segment. And might I say, an abbreviated Embedded Correspondents, and I mean that only from a participation standpoint. Rusty tried. Rusty's internet was as bad as other people trying to connect into the show tonight. But for some reason, Doug and Matt have no issue, so we're running with that. Let's talk about Big Papa Smokers celebrating 15 years with the ultimate barbecue essentials. From award-winning rubs and sauces to premium grills and smokers, Big Papa Smokers has everything the barbecue lover in your life needs. Discover Pitmaster favorites like Sweet Money, Double Secret, Cash Cow, and the competition Brisket and Steak Roast. For a limited time, use promo code REMPE15 at checkout. That's REMPE and the numerals 15. REMPE15 at checkout. Get 15% off your purchase. Some exclusions apply. Visit BigPapaSmokers.com for details. Big Papa Smokers, your food just got better. Remember REMPE15 at checkout for 15% off your entire order. Austin Parson has a really good question that we're going to lead with when we come back. You're listening and watching the Barbecue Central Show right here on the Barbecue Central Network. Stick around. I'll be right back.
Whole packers, full racks, legs and thighs, injecting butts. If you've never heard this before, you might think you found the best XXX show ever. Let's get back to the most homoerotic host out there today, Craig Rempe.
And we are back. This portion of the show being brought to you by McAllis Cigars. Step into the world of McAllis Cigars, where each blend is a chapter in a grand tale of craftsmanship and passion. The color line is one of my favorites: black, blue, red. And now I have samples of the Leanda, which is fabulous. Darwin and John will be getting some cigar samples headed their way as early as tomorrow. Probably not tomorrow, but maybe this week. But no freeze warnings on these, guys, so just rest easy as we welcome back Doug and Matt into the fold here. Great question from Austin Parsons in the instant chat, so we'll go ahead and ask this. Just add it impromptu. Doug, Jess Pryle's next book will sell better than Meathead's next book, yes or no?
I agree. Great question. I'm going to say no, Meathead's book will sell more.
Matt, who sells better? I'm sorry. That's a bad question. Matt, Jess's new book will sell better than Meathead's new book. Yes or no?
Shout out to my neighbor from a distance, Austin. And yeah, I think hers will.
Well, that is very bold of Matt to say. Matt is 100% wrong. Meathead's book will. I mean, Meathead's first book sold over 250,000 copies.
250.
Michael Simon does not
Andrew, you are
not selling 250,000 copies. Like, the biggest people that you can think of in the food scene that are writing books right now do not sell 250,000 copies. So even if he does half that or 3/4 of that amount, he will be blowing other books out of the water, and it is in the term of boat race. So I also would like to see Jess do very well, but it is a fool's bet to think that anybody is going to be near Meathead's book.
Can we circle back to this? Like, give a time, like end of 25, and give a book sales update?
Let me think. No, we'll move on. 100% yes or 100% no. I forget who we left off with, but we'll go with Doug here since he's got seniority. You would buy a $10,000 table with a grill built into it so you can social grill.
No effing way. No.
Let me circle back with you, Doug.
Okay.
You would buy a $22,000 table with a grill built into it so you can social grill.
No.
Doug, let me circle back.
Okay. All right. Oh, yes. Oh,
you would buy a $4,000 table with a built-in grill so you can social grill.
No.
Thought we had one going there. All right, let's go to Matt. Matt, you would buy a $4,000 table with a grill built into it so you can social grill.
100% no.
All right.
Not a chance.
Matt? You would buy a $10,000 table with a built-in grill so you can social grill.
Still no.
So, no. Right. Just to be fair, you would buy a $20,000 table with built-in grill so you can social grill.
All right, fine. Yeah, I'm buying the 20K one. Yeah, you sold me.
Thank God. I knew if I tried hard enough, we would get to the price that everybody pays. So it's probably no then.
No, I'm not.
Doug, 100% yes or 100% no. Korean style barbecue will be a big trend in 2025.
No, that's so 2000s.
And late?
Yeah. It's late on the scene.
Korean style barbecue will be a big trend in 2025.
100% no.
I'm going to go. I could see it trending, I guess, but I'm not going to go big trend. By the way, will I buy a $4,000, $10,000, or $20,000 table with a built-in grill so I can social grill? On the 10 and 20, no. Because, in large part, if I'm going to be spending that or I'm going to be making that kind of investment, I want to be living in an area where I can choose to use it every day if I wanted to for the rest of my life. And I can't do that here in Cleveland. 4,000? Sure. I can see that. I can see a scenario, where I can see a $4,000 investment. I look at some offset pits that I think I want. They're in that neighborhood to have everybody gathered around the table and, I have no idea what really the performance is like. I have no firsthand, but just talking conceptually, all things being equal, all things working really well, I think that could be pretty neat. You encourage kids to cook. Kids might want to come over, like have their friends come over, and I mean they already do, and now everybody's taking part of it. So I can see some social grilling benefits or perceived social grilling benefits for sure. Doug, 100% yes. What?
Matt had something, I think.
Oh, Matt, go ahead.
What for the 4K one? What?
Yeah.
Are we talking about like a Weber kettle in the middle of like a 6-foot table? We're talking about the little 10-inch.
No, it would be like a gas grill thing, like the thing I was showing in the first hour.
Okay. All right.
Does that change your mind?
I mean, it opens it up, but no, I ain't got 4K just laying
not
around
4K.
for that.
I understand that.
Greg, do you have a Franklin grill?
Andrew, you are
not have a Franklin grill. I mean, can you believe that they didn't send me one? I mean, what's a guy got to do?
That would be a grill that, $4,000 for that.
$5,200.
Yeah, that would be
$5,200. Oh,
not when I
$51.50. $51.50.
I sent you an advertisement this weekend that was $4,000.
Oh, right.
I believe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you could finance it through Texas Star Grill Shop. I think that's what it's called, and it ends up being $4,000. So, yeah,
I'm
I
not
get it.
Financing anything.
I get it. It's not for everybody, but whatever. 100% yes or 100% no. Doug, you are a hunter.
Yes, I am. I hunt in my HEB grocery store in the meat cases for the best piece of meat.
No. I mean,
I'm
you are
hunting.
in the blinds with a gun ready to take down wildlife, murder it in cold blood.
No, just
No.
like fishing. There's no good day fishing. There's no
Yeah.
good day hunting. I'll bring it home, clean it, and then I'll smoke it. And
All
cook
right. Matt, 100% yes or 100% no. You are a hunter.
100% no. Fishing.
Fishing, yes. Ooh, gross.
Oh, yeah.
I am not a hunter. I don't know which one I would choose least, hunting or fishing.
It's a tough choice.
Yeah, can I kill myself? Is that an option? Because I would like to do that.
Is it that bad?
Yes, as I said in the
Yes.
first hour, just to show how bad it is, I would rather willingly watch soccer, and I would never rather do that than go fishing or hunting. I mean, I would never do that. Soccer is gross. 100% yes or 100% no. Matt, you watched the video of Malcolm Reed murdering the bison in cold blood.
100% no.
Doug, did you watch the murder?
No, I did not. His
Did you know it's
description was
available?
very graphic.
You know it's available online to watch?
No, I don't.
Oh, yes. I can send you the
And-
link if you want to watch it.
No,
know what I'm
that's
doing.
fine. His description was very graphic, and taking a full few bullets and just keeping charging on. No, I'm good. I'm good.
That's a whole other layer when you see it happen. I can tell you that.
How many plugs does it get in?
When I started watching it, I was kind of scrubbing through it. It wasn't Malcolm, but it was whoever he was hunting with. And I
Okay.
watched 2 shots and then I punched out. It gets hit. It kind of like, and then it resettles and then he shoots it again and he does it. I'm like, what am I watching here? Just going to watch this thing until it drops. It's not even like the thing, oh, I see him. Now he's charging them. Now he's got to shoot him in some kind of self-defense thing that would make it at least a little bit more dramatic. I mean, why not just throw a stick of dynamite over there and blow him to smithereens? That might be more exciting.
So
They get you more watch.
So your answer is yes, then, because you watched part of the video, at least the first 2 shots.
Yeah, I did, but not all the way through. I must be talking very loud. I just got a Facebook message from my daughter Maddie. Said I need to go to bed soon. She's like right above me. She says I talk too loud. So she's like, I listen to the show every Tuesday. I said, no, you don't. She's like, I can hear every word you're saying.
Yeah.
Forget it, kid. This pays the bills. All right, let's go to Doug. 2,000 pounds of, 100% yes or 100% no. 2,000 pounds of meat of any species is too much.
Oh my God, yes. I have 3 freezers and they're 75% full anyway. Where are you going to put all that crap?
Matt, 2,000 pounds of meat of any species is too much.
No. 100% no. Bring it.
To me, 2,000 pounds of meat in any form or fashion, too much. Absolutely. Let's go to Matt. Rounding out the final 2 here. 100% yes or 100% no. I should make my daughter, Maddie, a Wagyu ribeye for her birthday on February 13th.
100% yes.
Yes. By the way, we are all saying good evening to my oldest daughter, Bobby, who appears to be watching at work.
Hey,
at work.
Emergency department must be not taking any victims being shot in the head, murdered, and or otherwise.
Exactly.
Thank you for watching, Bob.
She's just watching another train wreck in a different.
Yes. Paddles aren't saving this one. They've already called it. Somehow we're just working on nerves at this point.
Right, exactly.
Doug, 100% yes or 100% no. I should make my daughter Maddie a Wagyu ribeye for her birthday on February 13th.
Nice pronunciation. It would have to be a dry aged Wagyu ribeye if it's you cooking it.
That's right.
Because you are into the dry aged.
That's right. Final one.
Wait.
Oh,
wait. What's your answer?
Of course. Whatever. It's your birthday. I'll do whatever you want. I'm a sucker.
Say it louder so she can hear you.
Maddie, I'll cook you
Spoiler
steak.
alert. Spoiler alert.
I'm waiting to see if... Oh, she's answering yes for me in the Facebook Insta chat. By the way, this is impromptu. 100% yes or 100% no. This is... by the way, I apologize if you're listening on audio podcast. You're going to have to come over to the video feed in order to get the full visual on this. The question is this. To Matt, 100% yes or 100% no. This is tasteless.
Uh, 100% no.
Right? Doug, 100% yes or 100% no. This is tasteless.
That's a tough question. And you know I like cats. I'm gonna say no.
Oh, good.
Looks sizable. Is that big?
Yeah, I think it's 20.
That's what she said.
24 inches. I mean, it's probably 24 inches. So there's
there you go.
There's Chewy behind me.
That's what he said.
There's Willis. Yeah, so she can't hear anything.
Willis.
Yeah.
That's the best gift I've ever received.
Yeah, she's the only one that says that, by the way.
I love
Everybody else had some off-puttingness to it.
I sleep with it.
Beat it. It's 100% Assurity. Very important. This show is on fire tonight. We can't afford any. We can't afford any hang-ups now. We got momentum.
Man.
We got momentum on our side. 100% yes or 100% no, Matt. Buffalo wing sauce is better than any other wing sauce on chicken wings.
100% yes.
Doug, buffalo wing sauce is better than any other wing sauce on chicken wings.
That's a pretty good question, but the answer is no.
Oh, well, I have bad news because both of you at one point this evening were wrong. Doug, you are wrong on this one. It is the best sauce for chicken wings. Call me a old standby kind of guy, old-fashioned kind of guy, but a great buffalo wing sauce, far superior to any other sauce that you can put on a chicken wing. No garlic parm, no pineapple habanero, none of other BS. If you can make a really good buffalo wing sauce, by the way, I have the original buffalo wing sauce from the Anchor Bar from Buffalo, New York. If you want it, I can give it to you. It is so simple. It is so good. It just is the best with blue cheese dressing, of course, and maybe a crudité, I think is what they call carrots and celery. It's just the best. I think I got to have some of that over the weekend now that I'm thinking about it. I'm being inspired for deep fried chicken wings.
I would like that recipe. I think it's been almost a decade since we have talked about this wing sauce and you having this Anchor Bar. So I would like it. So the oil that I sent you for Christmas, that Szechuan oil, that and some barbecue sauce is my favorite on wings.
All right,
you smoke them, you fry them, smoke them, and then you put that Szechuan oil in wings. And I had that actually at a Thai restaurant, and then that's how I came upon that Szechuan oil. And if you put enough on there, it's like Pop Rocks. Remember in the in the 80s when you used to have the Pop Rock, you get an electric feeling on your tongue.
All
so
right.
yes,
I love.
If you can stand the heat, put it on.
Yes, no doubt. I love the heat. All right, we have time for promotion. Matt, what are we promoting tonight before I turn you loose?
We are promoting Blinky's Offset Barbecue, finally getting back up and running from the winter hiatus. And if you're out in the West Nashville area, come on by.
Doug, what are we promoting tonight?
I didn't have the show Karma in the Big Meats last weekend.
Oh, no. It's the first time it hasn't worked. Damn.
My wife did, and we got a big check of $1,600.
Wow.
She got second place in dessert.
Look at that thing. Do you take that thing to the bank, Doug?
Yeah, it bounces. It's like a ball.
Yeah.
It bounces. Yeah, this one doesn't cash for some reason. But yeah.
So what will they send you? Do they send you another check down the line, or how does that work?
Oh yeah. It's very official. There's a 1099 form that you have to sign by March 1st, or else you forfeit your money. And then they will send you your check.
Wow.
So yeah.
All right. Good. Well, we've done it, boys. I don't know how we've made this show come to a successful collusion. Collusion. A collision, yes. Or conclusion. We have Doug Scheiding right to the right of me, the longest-running embedded correspondent from the great state of Texas, and below me, the newest embedded correspondent from Tennessee, Matt Osmond, Blinky's Offset Barbecue. Guys, appreciate you hanging with me here tonight. Also, I do appreciate Rusty giving it the old college try, but
Let's get back to a guy who is more.
there's just no way I was going to suffer through incredibly poor internet connections as we were suffering through the rest of whatever the hell was going on tonight. Doug, do you have something else to add?
We'll have to guess. We'll have to guess who the secret guest was tonight. We know who it is for next month because you spilled the beans on that.
That's right. Yes. That's right. So we're not going to guess. We'll just wait, and then the next time we have a fill-in opportunity, I'll reach out to this person and see if they're available. So that way, it'll stay a surprise. Stay a surprise. Sam, the cooking guy, in February. Guys, appreciate you joining us. Have a great one. There they are. We'll see you next month. Not sure exactly how we did it.
Experience giving you his opinion. Then he actually has cooking.
Let's just do this.
Once again,
Okay,
here's
fine.
your host,
Fine.
Greg Rempe.
There should be talk-up music before this, before the re-intro. Hold on. Show setup. Devil's Reed. This is all out of order. Oh, whatever. Anyway, we might as well just wrap it up. Wow, what a train wreck this has gone. All the way back in the first hour, me. I have been corresponding with Kareem Pirani from ibbq.com, and he said he's absolutely down for a rebook, so we'll make that happen. And then in the second hour, we had 50% of the embedded correspondents. We had a Doug Scheiding from Texas, and we had a Matt Osmond from Tennessee. We did not have a special sit-in guest, and Rusty tried, and his internet connection sucked, and I gave him an night off. We'll try him again in February. Big show planned for you next week. We have Malcolm Reed. We have Ryan Zaboral from Pits and Spits. We have Sam the Cooking Guy as well. Plenty to talk about with everybody. So how do I always leave you? September 11th, 2001. I will never forget. Until next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's your program host and proud U.S. American, Greg Rempe, saying, Shalom! Shalom!
Hi, this is Monroe Stoll. I'm from Stowe, Ohio, and you're listening to Barbecue Central.